Alrighty. Hello, Kino. Doing neutrally, but this game is amazing, and I've been really enjoying it, and I want to share it with people. I want to play it, I want to talk about it. It's one of my favorite things I've played in a long time, and it's still the closed beta, so I'm very much looking forward to this releasing. So let's just go ahead and hit new game and see how this goes.
So this is how a hero ends up.
You really think he's a traitor?
Shh. Quiet with that kind of talk.
A physical form. This one we like.
What happened?
What happened? Your body, it's ours now. No, don't fight. Your body, we need it. You hear us? It's ours now. Get out. Out!
No! Stop!
energy of the netherworld. That is what flows through you. Now, join with us.
Alrighty, so the First Berserker, Khazan. This is probably my most anticipated game currently, like by a wide margin. Nothing else even comes close. I've really enjoyed this beta, and we're going to be playing a lot of this. Destination, Mount Heinmach. Prisoner, Khazan, a formerly distinguished great general, banished for treasonous rebellion. Beware of avalanches, prepare for cold weather. Despite having the tendons in both arms severed as punishment, extreme caution is advised due to the prisoner's dangerous nature. All medical treatment for the prisoner during transport is prohibited. No mercy is to be shown. Gonna go this way because there are some nice things for us to pick up in this little side path. Getting grabbed immediately is a hell of a way to start, but I'll take it. Wow, you delayed that a lot. Whenever possible, dealing damage from behind hits harder. Alright, got some shoes. Gonna go ahead and equip those. Got a bunch of nice things there. Got one of these, got one of these. Our Blade Nexus is below, but we don't actually need to go back there yet. I mean, considering that guy had, like, no human-sized feet, and considering these are, you know, the type of shoes I can wear, I either made them out of his fur and body, or he happened to kill someone, and I grabbed that person's shoes. There's an archer back there, there's a sword in the front. We're gonna fight the sword behind the rock. That horizontal swing is very, like, it comes out very, very fast. So here's a cool thing about this game. Enemies don't only lose stamina when you're attacking them, they also use stamina to attack you, which is not how, like, any other game I've seen in this genre works, except for maybe, like, some of Team Ninja's. But I think what's really interesting about this is you can predict enemy behavior this way, because once he fires 3 arrows, he no longer has, like, the energy to fire again, and so he rests a bit, right? Like, he lets himself, like, stop. And so you can use this to tell when, you know, he will no longer be attacking you. So after this 3rd shot, it's safe to go in, and his stamina is at its lowest. Easy. A really cool thing you may have noticed as well is that we do not take chip damage when guarding, which is also different from many games in this genre. So as long as you have stamina, you can block anything and be completely safe. There are some exceptions to this. Certain elemental attacks and certain, like, AoEs or splash will still bleed through to your health bar, but it's pretty rare. You can also sneak up on people and stealth attack them. It's very basic early on, but later we can get an item called Assassin's Elixir that makes our sprinting completely silent, and that's really, really nice. We're going to use that to kill some very dangerous enemies. There are plunging attacks as well, which are quite handy. I'm not going to risk this guy killing me, so we're just gonna heal here. Stamina is really interesting. I will talk about this in a little bit, but this is something I noticed from people playing this game. Actually, we're about to check it out coming ahead, so let me just take this guy out. The circle that drains tells you how much time you have left to hit the interact prompt and get the brutal attack. Got Gladiator's Wrist Guard, got a Mana Lantern, which I'm not going to use.
A tear, a soul, accept it. It will give us strength.
So because you have a bond
now
with...
you too will hear the memories of the dead.
Because you have a bond with a phantom, who is basically like a creature of hell, you can extract the soul ashes of dead people. And that is very, very nice. It does a few useful things. It's a minor heal primarily. Like, recovers 100 health and gains 250 Lacrima. You get a small bit of XP for using it as well, but that's never like the reason you would want to do it. It's just like a small mini heal that doesn't consume one of your healing charges. So here is where I want to talk about stamina, and a misconception or something that people miss that, you know, maybe they don't understand. I've seen people play this game and just pump a bunch of endurance because it's like, oh, endurance gives me stamina and gives me stamina recovery. Surely that will make it super fine and super easy. And then they fight an enemy or they fight a boss and they block a lot and they're like, wow, I'm like running out of stamina all the time. Like, why is that happening? I'm constantly increasing my stamina, but I'm still running out. It's because they don't have any willpower. Willpower matters more than endurance for stamina. Early game and probably even mid game, in my opinion. We're gonna have to see when the full game releases. But what willpower does is, you can see at the bottom, the blue highlighted, guard stamina damage decrease. So basically, when you block, if you have a lot of willpower, you lose less stamina for guarding. And that is why we're gonna be getting a lot of this, because it's really, really nice, it's really, really handy. It lets you learn block timings very, like, comfortably. Plus, it just so happens that my weapon type of choice, which is dual wields, typically scale with willpower. So it's really important that we get a bunch of that. Just gonna still kill this dude real quick. Grab this. This is basically a little fire bomb that lingers on the field for a few seconds, dealing damage over time. Didn't really want to do that, but that's fine. We'll be getting a lot of those ashes, so it's no sweat to burn one. Okay, archer in the back. I'll be kind of careful here. I just want to break this guy as fast as possible, low-key. Okay. Once this guy is dead, the archer is no issue. We can rush him down. Did I get anything else? No. That is about it for now. Okay, this guy's a heavy, so he's gonna be a bit trickier than the others. That little axe tap is very rude if you're not waiting for it. Remember, you deal a lot of damage from behind. This is unconditional. It doesn't matter what weapon type you use, even if you're like using fists. You deal like unconditionally with every single weapon type in the game. You deal like astoundingly more damage from behind. So whenever possible, especially on large enemies with big health bars and big stamina bars, you want to ideally get behind them and hit them in the back as much as humanly possible. So that's like if you're Greatsword, if you're Spear, if you're Fist, if you're Dual Wield, it doesn't matter. Hitting them in the back just like destroys them. We can get Fire Enhancer here, which is basically fire paper. It applies fire element to our weapon. It's useful against lots of enemies because it just gives you more damage. Also, there are these random soldiers that give you 16 Lacrima each that are just like dying here. Here's an interesting thing. Weapons do not have weight. So when it comes to like weight management, you actually don't need to worry about your weapon whatsoever, which is really, really nice. And there's another thing I want to kind of show off. When I equip this, my agility will go down to B because of the total weight I'm carrying. And so look at my stamina as I run around with B agility. Like that drains reasonably quickly, right? This is another thing people had issues with when I watched them play. They were like, wow, my stamina runs out really fast when I'm sprinting. When I unequip this helmet and I have A agility, look at how much slower my stamina drains when I'm running. There are many bosses and many mini-bosses and many elites in this game that have patterns that you would want to sprint around like this. And so if you have A agility, it's very easy to sprint around them and hit them in the back, right? So just remember that. Just like Neo and certain other games, you would basically just look at what gives you the lowest defense and unequip that. So like for me, that's my shoes. And I think that is everything here. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is just back where we were. Cool. Let's move on. That is a Soulstone. You can actually break these if you're really cheeky with stones. Like, you just have to, like, aim it, right? Like that. Which I think is kind of fun. Like, that way I don't actually have to go down here. So, obviously, like, that's kind of hard to do. I made it look easy, but yeah. If you are walking forward and your camera is centered, you should be able to just break those. Later, you get an actual ranged attack, but for now, you can go ahead and do that. Alright, Butter, thanks for hopping in. This will be archived on YouTube, so if you want, you can watch it there later. Okay, he only did 2. That's fine. Also, another thing to note, the final hit of your combo, so the double downswing and the end of this, that like big haymaker, those always do more damage than the rest of them. That's like a normal thing in a lot of video games, but it's worth knowing anyway. Try to take this a little carefully here. This is what happens if you get exhausted. You're literally stunned for like a second and a half, maybe 2. So definitely be careful with that. Shields, your light attacks will bounce off them, so you would want to hit them with a heavy ideally, and that opens them up to subsequent damage. Also, if you brutal attack someone from the front, it will refill your stamina. So that's another thing to keep in mind when it comes to stamina management. I think I got a better leggings. Nice. Cool. I'm gonna get more willpower because that makes me happy. It gives me damage, it gives me a bit of health, and it makes me block better. Win-win, there's no reason not to. Coming up ahead here, there's something interesting I want to point out. So that crumbled a bit, right? That little ice sheet, if we step on this, 100% it's going to crumble and we're going to die. Now, many such games have an item that you can throw to get an enemy's attention and make it come fight you, right? You just annoy it, you piss it off, and it comes to get you. I'm going to throw a rock at this monkey. And because it's stupid and it's a monkey, it's going to walk over the ice sheet and we're going to kill it like a rogue would kill it. Another thing to note as well is many games like this, if you see an item on the edge, that's usually some kind of trap or ambush or something is going to jump out and attack you. So we're going to slowly walk up and see. There you go. Exactly. Monkeys have no real way to guard you, so you're just hitting their flesh. And they die very quickly because of that. Once again, if you're very observant and you're paying attention to animations and sounds, and another stupid monkey. Very, very nice. You see that one hanging down there? Just use a stone to knock it off. Make it fall down. The World Tendency mechanic drove me away. World Tendency is not actually that bad, honestly. I think you'll be fine if you go back to it. So, this monkey would have jumped up and fought us if we hadn't knocked it off. But because we did, we only have to deal with the one. Though there are more down there. So it is possible that this kind of messes with you a little. Just depends on the situation. We got a water cleanse potion. This game treats water and ice as basically the same element. They're considered the same thing. So water cleanse actually means cleanse frost and frostbite status. So just remember that. So we're gonna go down here, fight this monkey. Can you actually get up to me? Or are you gonna be... No, you cannot get up to me. That's fine. We'll just knock this one off. Yeah, that dive kick can be pretty mean. Plunging attack that one. What do? You dive kick, and then you die. Okay. A cool thing I want to point out about this game is you cannot accidentally attack yourself off of edges. In fact, you cannot even accidentally dodge yourself off of edges. You see? It protects you. So if this is something you've ever found annoying in similar games, Khazan has got your back. You can't fuck yourself over by attacking or dodging near an edge. I'm gonna use a minor heal here, and a fire enhancer. And we're gonna go ahead and fight this thing. Partial stagger lets you get a more complete stagger, and then it dies. Nice. And now that we've done that, remember we did not go back here because our attention was taken by the enemy. There's another soulstone we can break. Breaking these helps us upgrade our healing later when we meet a cleric scholar girl named Daphrona, who is very, very cute and I love her. More on that later, TM. Okay. Now, I want to remember which path I went. I think that's main path, and this is not. Eyebrow raise emoji. You know what I'm like. You know what it is. Is this archer all there is? I don't remember. No, there's a sword as well. Come here. There you go. Just get him during his reload. I'm gonna full heal here because it won't waste it. By full heal I mean like use an actual Netherworld energy charge instead of ashes. Alright, that looks very tempting. Usually there's an enemy behind a corner in these instances, so just, you know. Gonna grab the tear dust from that. That's 13 defense. That's 10. What gives the least now? My gloves. Good stuff. Let's keep going. Alright, there's a bunch of monkeys here. Monkeys usually like to stick together, so chances are if there's one, there's probably more. I missed that, but it did get their attention. Hey, come here. Nice. And this mostly deals with this ambush or trap because, you know, you draw them out of hiding. And they're like, yo, what's up? Somebody threw a rock at my buddy. That's rude. And then you put your axe in their body, and it's great. Willpower is my friend, and I love it very much. We can push this cart down later. Alright, there's a shield and an archer here. Line of sighting ranged units is usually quite good. Nice. This guy's running away from something bad, so we're gonna use a fire buff here and drag him toward it. He's already, like, quite weak, it seems. What is this? It's a huge bear. What happens if we get on the other side of the bear? Ooh, that's what happens. He actually helps us attack it. And it burnt out. So yeah, enemies of different or opposed factions will actually fight each other. They will help you stagger them, they will, you know, act against their own best interests, and then you can just mop them up. If it was a one-time thing, I would chalk it up to coincidence. However, it's not a one-time thing. The game does this a lot. Like, it wants you to learn this. So if we see right here, there's another one of these Yetis. got archers and Imperial soldiers. And they're gonna be fighting this thing. I'm gonna take care of the archer while they're busy. Remember, you can't attack yourself off edges. So these guys may not be doing significant damage to its health, but they have been doing appreciable damage to its stamina. And that lets us get an easy kill. So yeah, just be on the lookout for situations like this where opposed enemies are fighting each other and use that to your advantage to kill them in unfair and dishonest ways. That is really odd. If you're not getting progress, you need to make sure that, like, your accounts are properly linked. Because other people were streaming the same way and it seemed to work there. Can someone confirm? I wonder if I can do something to fix that. Oh, weird. Okay, until I can figure that out, I'm gonna rename this. That is really just odd and disappointing. Okay, hold on. Let me change this. Refresh and try now. That should work. Thanks for noticing. I think when I went live, it reset the category, like, automatically, which it shouldn't have done. But it should be correct now. Yeah, refresh and let me know. Until you guys tell me if that fixed it, I'm gonna go ahead and fight this next boss, because I'll probably die to it like once or twice. Or 3 times. It's working. Beautiful. I wonder if you can just block this, actually. You can. It will deal minor chip and some frost. Okay. This is what I mean. That's why having high agility is so good. I'm gonna use this to heal. He's stamina broken here anyway. That was a mistake I made there. That's fine, we'll still kill here though. Am I correct in seeing there's a perfect dodge function? There's perfect dodge and perfect guard, yes. Yeah, okay, so that confirms it is the Yeti set, you're right. So you could replay this boss over and over again and just farm all of its gear, if you want. And the same is true for every other.
I was helpless. I was lucky it was the Bantu who found me.
Your body, give it to us.
Are we awake, sir? You have a phantom possessing you, but to conquer it, you must undergo the trial of the Snow Mountain. You must be careful. The spirit possessing you is a powerful one. It will be very dangerous to purge yourself of it.
Your body, we must have it.
You want to rid yourself of the phantom? Then this is the only way. You must prove yourself in the trials of the 3 Bantu gods in order to receive their blessings. After that, you must find a way through the storm at the mountain's apex. Take my advice. Let fate be your guide. This is the same trial Bantu warriors can choose to undergo. The gods of the Bantu will decide if you are worthy of their blessings. The trial will begin when you pick up the weapon. The nature of the enemies depends on you, but the objective is always the same. Defeat all enemies that emerge from the abyss. There will be 3 trials and 3 blessings for you. The phantom inside you is no ordinary one. It is several different evil spirits now acting as one. It has chosen you with the powerful emotions that burn within you. You are a great prize for it. It will not willingly let you go. We followed the monster's roar and found you. Maybe it was the will of the gods. The Empire is our enemy, Khazan, but we still owe you much. If you had not defeated the Berserk dragon, then we would all have been doomed.
So I think the fact that I was like, yeah, I'll probably die to this boss 3 times, and then I cleared it on my first attempt just goes to show how learnable this game is, which is something that feels really, really good. I think I saw someone say somewhere that, like, this is like if Lies of P had more readable enemy telegraphs, and I would fully agree with that. Like, perfect guarding is still really, really important, but enemy body language is generally quite, like, understandable in this game, which, you know, is quite nice. So you can see there are armor sets as well. I'm not sure if we can actually finish or even get close to finishing an armor set in this beta. Later, there are enemies that we can fight over and over again that drop, like, very good gear for the level we're at, but I haven't, you know, fought them enough times to really grok whether we can finish a set or get close to it. Got a better necklace as well. Nice. Cool.
May the blessings of the 3 go with you.
Thank you, Queen Mook.
You are trying to get rid of us. Why would you want that? You think this will work? Go ahead, try it.
I love having a voice in my head. I wouldn't get rid of this guy. What are you talking about? Damn, I can get 2 of that. That's dope. It's gonna teach us about skills now. We do have a skill tree that unlocks as we progress. So the first thing I'm gonna get is Nimble Blitz during a dodge, because it does something very, very cool. So first thing it does is our forward dodge attack is now 2 slashes, but the most important thing is our back dodge attack creates a wave of energy. So let's say, for example, we check out these wolves, right? You can just retreat and then send a projectile ahead of yourself to kill melee enemies that are trying to chase you down. This does a shocking amount of damage and has, like, longer range than you think. So here's another example. Okay, got blindsided there. Don't want to do that. But yeah, look at that. Got both of them with that. It's just so comfortable. If you're, like, going dual wield, there's basically no reason you don't get this skill for exploration. And it's even good on some bosses too. Like, if you do your combo, right, and you finish, you can back up and do that. And now you've spaced yourself out, you've gotten a bit of extra damage. It's good stuff. At this point, game tells us about javelins. So we now have a reliable ranged option. It costs spirit, which are the yellow diamonds. Hitting an enemy from stealth does a lot of damage, and hitting them in the head or a weak point also does a lot of damage. Monkeys can be pretty annoying, so it's generally not a bad idea to kill them with spears like that. Especially if you hit them undetected, as mentioned. that monkey throws some nasty things at us. You can kind of see that. If we would let this hit us, the debuff it would apply is a potion icon with a down arrow. And after I kill this guy, I'll show you what that is. So he did hit me there. If I heal now, my heal will do less. And you can actually reference this in the Encyclopedia. Health recovery from consumables decrease. Yeah. So, that's a thing. If that hits you, it can be really nasty. There are ways to cleanse it, but it's trickier than some other easier to remove statuses. So generally you just have to like wait for it to run out. This really is a Sekiro like because of the monkeys? Got a Soulstone. Don't think there's anything here, right? No. And I think this is back where we came from. I don't know if it's poop or they're just throwing like rotten like meat at you. Because they do have like weird rotted growths coming out of their back. So that's actually probably what it is. More wolves. Wolves are nice because they run at you like pretty linearly. They do bias left or right sometimes. But yeah, that skill is just very, very handy. I also think wolves are nice. You would. Plague Cleanse Potion. I like the lore in a lot of these as well. Plague is not a status effect we've been hit with yet, but it will be coming up. That actually hit me twice. That Boar's attacks come out very, very quickly, like 1 or 2 frames at the most, so it can be easy to just get caught by it. If you've ever played any game in this genre, you know what this is. Just kick down a tree. Get a shortcut. And we're back here. Is this a DS2 like as well? Can you follow me? Not for much longer, you can't. Alrighty, now the weapon type that many, many people I'm sure will love. Coming soon. One thing I love about Khazan is he's so unnecessarily cool. Like, his facial expressions and the way his eyes shift in this cutscene is just fucking sick. Oh, a really interesting thing about Greatsword is it is very good at guarding, generally speaking. Like, willpower dictates how much stamina you lose on a guard, but if you guard with a Greatsword, it seems you lose less as well. Not that you really want to guard these guys, they can apply plague to you.
Not that it will make much difference.
He's so sassy. I think this is where we came from. Just want to make sure. Yes. Also, it's interesting how long a resist potion lasts. Like, I popped that before the cutscene, and it's still rolling. And it will probably be rolling for a while yet. So, yeah, resist potions really have, like, quite a long duration, which is nice. Vitality Shard is a nice item. It just speeds up our stamina recovery by a lot. Of course, resting does clear all negative and positive statuses, so just be aware of that. Grab this item. I think I missed that one. That's fine. We'll fight it when we fight it. Monkeys die to one spear even if they've detected you. I do have an extra skill point now, which is very, very nice. Probably just going to get this. Yeah, deals damage to enemies upon performing a perfect guard, basically. Big bear there. I'm just gonna open by throwing a bunch of spears at it. Game is gonna teach us about burst attacks here. If you've ever played Nioh, there's something similar there where they'll do like a special attack and you can only counter it by hitting it with a special type of defense. Which I'm gonna miss here because I greeted for an item because I'm sitting here. Yeah, they do love to shuffle themselves to the side like that, so if you're like to its side, definitely don't get comfortable because they can do that. No, it's actually this. Nice. What gives me the most here? Helm. I don't have that enabled anyway, so it doesn't matter. Make him warm. Yes. He is moving around a lot, but being warm is important. Let me see. I know we came from above, like this way. So... yeah, there's nothing else here. Just checking. Like, look at that range. I got another skill point. Gonna decrease stamina cost of dodging. Never a bad thing. Boar, that's main path. You can just guard all those bats. They will explode themselves on your guard. That is a burst counter. It looks like Khazan took down the Yeti. Thanks to him we survived, but now we've received orders to track him down and head to Storm Pass. Those damn commanders, lounging in their cozy tents. While fleeing from a ferocious bear, the others in the squad tampered with the Bantu altar, and they disappeared without a trace. I've been stranded here alone for 3 days now. My toes are numb, and I sometimes hear someone calling out to me. I miss my squad. You don't have to miss them anymore, buddy. Any one of you could have stood up and said no, and instead you tortured me for weeks. Get the fuck out of here. Nice. Spear time. Spears are generally good at draining enemy stamina. Part of the reason for that, of course, is because the stat they generally scale with is proficiency, and proficiency also increases stamina damage you deal to enemies. Second one, yes indeed. He might actually kill me here if I'm not careful. I need to be hitting this guy with heavies, but they come out slow enough that like I'm wary of doing that. Like that's why. Awesome. Spear is a cool weapon.
Wisdom, and yet you are still a fool. Who do you think you are? Some kind of high and mighty hero?
Well, I used to be. Yes, there it is. Got a better ring. Is Star Wars Outlaw stealth as bad as some say? I don't remember. You can probably check Hayate's no damage run to get his thoughts on the game. Oh, that gives 22. Jeez. there's a Blade Nexus right here. That's why I didn't rest at the last one. So now we are going to go back. Did that guy drop something? He did not. Alrighty. Now that we have javelins, it's very easy to destroy soul crystals. And I think that's all of them in this location. Yeah, once you've cleared them all, the game tells you. And again, you would want to do this both because it's fun to complete areas, and also because it gives you materials to upgrade your heal, which is very, very nice. Over here, we pick up Assassin's Elixir, which is one of my favorite items in the game, personally. So, this is a Korean game. Some of the localization is not great. This is an example. Enemy's back temporarily becomes vulnerable. That can mean anything, but what it actually means is your footsteps become completely silent. So you can like sprint around and no one will hear you and they won't turn around. So we're gonna go ahead and equip that and use it immediately. So now our sprint is silent. And what that lets us do is walk up to the more dangerous enemy. Unfortunately, our landing is not silent. But it's still worth knowing nonetheless. That's an archer. Gonna get that. Got a little too zealous there. I'll show you a better example coming up. Oh, dude, that deals immense stamina damage to his guard. What the hell? It doesn't last, but that's a lot. I've never noticed that before. Hold on, chest here. Gonna look over these. That's more. That's more. $19 and $19, that can go away. One thing I like about this game is all gear is rendered on the character, which looks great. It's something that I always appreciate. It's not bad when a game doesn't have it, because it is a lot of work, but it's nice when it does. Okay. Big dude in the distance. So what we're gonna do is let him walk over here. This is one of those same like heavy units we fought close to the beginning. He turns around. We can run right up to him, he doesn't hear us. We deal a ton of damage to his back. Huge advantage. And just finish him with that. So yeah, that was a better example of how Assassin's Elixir works. Note that if you fall in this hole, there are enemies down there. And there's one with a big sword and one with a little sword. So what we can do is engage on the big one. That kills him instantly. He can do his third attack. Yeah, I love Assassin's Elixir so much. If I could find a gear set that's like, your footsteps are always silent, I would 100% build for that shit, because it makes just general world exploration so comfy. You don't ever have to move slower. You can just get stealth attacks on people for free. It's fantastic. So this is the final weapon trial. It's for dual wield. You're gonna fight a shadow of yourself here. This guy's pretty hard. This guy may kill me. Yeah, that dialogue cut off a little, but that's fine.
You really think you can do this? Defeat us, the Blade Phantom? Stupid little mortal.
I had a nightmare. It appeared one day, exuding a darkness never before witnessed. Singular yet manifold, it bore ghostly eyes and traces of crimson red. Could such a formidable presence be deemed a ghost? What does it seek here? O gods of Bantu, protect this place. Alright, final Blade Nexus before we confront this area boss. This guy is pretty interesting. He's a significant step up in challenge over the last one. But we will do our best nonetheless. That's the best I have. It's a little better. 20. Okay. Oh, let's try.
We declare. We concur. Declare. Your body and soul, they belong to us! You dare try to defy us!
Blade Phantom recovers from posture break very quickly. That's a grab, I dodged too late. You have to dodge that as well, actually. The farther you can get his health down before he goes into phase 2, the better.
Khazan, you were once a hero of the Empire, but not now. For endangering all of Chaos, you are sentenced to death.
Plugging in a javelin throw at the end of a combo is very good, by the way. It lets you maintain stagger on him.
Submit to us! Why
And it lets your stamina refill at the same time. He does stomp after this, so that can kill you if you're not careful. Oh, I mistimed the burst.
Conforming to Karen's command, the Blade Phantom accepts a new soul.
Except Khazan is way too stubborn for that, and so that obviously doesn't happen. I also haven't checked my skill tree in like an eon. So let's find out if there's something else I can grab here. Probably just more of this, to be honest. Yeah, we almost killed him there. This is a worse phase 2 transition than last time. My spears are whiffing there. I wonder why. Ooh, I shouldn't have dodged. My dodge recovery was long enough that I couldn't guard in time. Do you think all of these are skills we will have? Like that big AoE hammer, the javelin? I do think those are all skills we will have. Yeah. Yeah, first phase is basically not an issue unless I just do something exceptionally stupid. I just have to, like, aim lower. Okay, that has earlier timing. That's a grab, I got it. Stamina back from hitting his front. He recovers too quickly to be hit from behind. Dual Blades. You actually really want to see this attack. But unfortunately, we didn't get the same pressure. Good. I'll use this heal. You have to perfect guard the hammer like from directly in front of him. If you're far away, the splash will hit you through your block, I'm pretty sure. The iframes on dodges are a little bit spotty. You have to be very precise. Got it. Okay. That is always way earlier than I assumed. I'm kind of falling apart now because I expected to finish him by now. I got that though, I'm happy about that. That's phase 2, but we're almost dead, so we probably lose here. Oh, okay. I just wanted to test that. Like, can you sprint under it? You cannot. He will track your sprint. Because there are some attacks that don't. Like, they throw where you were, not where you're going to be. See, like, I hit dodge there, but it was either too late or too early. I think it was too early. Kind of weird that my javelins are not actually, like, appearing at times. It feels like that may be a bug. Rare time I actually get back attacks on him here. Aww. Getting there. Yeah, compared to the Yeti, like, you just have to be perfect for a lot longer. Nice, got the stagger with that. He exhausted me there. Okay, so dodging behind the hammer might actually be the play. That was a really weird phase too. My lock broke for some reason, and then I couldn't reacquire him. What's kind of fun about Blade Phantom is, like, you kind of want to be fighting the way he fights. Like, that is sort of the ideal. Like, he is not at all an honest combatant. Like, he will hit you with basically everything. Nice. Beautiful. A bit too late there. Yeah, I'm not gonna heal there. I'll just get the reset. That was a reasonable phase 1, I think. Go Claws. It wasn't safe to try to get behind him. Do I want to dodge that left? I don't really know. A little too early. Almost. I think this is about the experience most players will have on this guy. When I played this in private, like not streaming, I beat him on my 4th attempt. It wasn't like that hard. I felt like my javelins weren't missing as much. Like, look at that. Like, the crosshair is on him, and it's like just phasing out of existence. Beautiful. I missed it. His hand was like behind my character model. Yeah, it happens. I have 4,800 now. So this is something that's unique about this game. People have probably heard of it by now. Even attempting a boss gives you Lacrima because you're a Berserker, so throwing yourself against something in a fury over and over again, like, makes you stronger. Damn, so dodging left or right, like, doesn't matter. He will straight up just track you no matter what. See, like, I'm noticing it. I know it's coming, and I'm, like, unable to execute. I never had this issue playing in private. I did actually miss that one, in fairness. I killed him with the parry.
I will not be your slave. You need my body, but I need your arms to fight.
First try.
We don't need to be enemies. I swear on my honor, my blood. We can work together, cooperate. You help me, I help you. Bargain, is it? Very well. If this is what is required, we concur. Enough! We have but one goal. To restore order to the netherworld. Then help me. And I will help you do this. How long it lasts is up to you.
She's like, hey, did you exorcise the evil spirit? Sweats
The
nervously.
Phantom? Did you purge yourself of it?
Yeah, about that.
No. You have chosen a different way. A different and more dangerous way.
As long as I get my revenge. And that is all that matters.
Your fate, it has changed now. The Phantom will be your guide on this new path you have found.
The old woman is right. We will lead you this way.
May the blessings of the three go with you. The blessings of the three go with you.
Khazan is like, I'm plural now. You can't tell me what to do, Grandma.
We have an agreement, mortal. Now we hold you to it. We must fulfill our duty to Karen. We need to go to the Embars Temple. You see, netherworld energy escaping from the temple. We must find the cause of this. Restoring order to the netherworld, that is our ultimate goal. In this, we serve Charon, keeper of the gates of that realm. Are we then his servant? No. Let us say we choose to do this for him. The order of the netherworld has been disrupted for too long. The river of fate is drying up. The balance between life and death is out of harmony. Charon requires us to find out the cause of this disruption and restore the balance.
So yeah, he has his shoes off here. Comfy place. This is our storage. We can just go ahead and dump a bunch of these grays in here. And in fact, probably don't. Oh, cannot store equipped items. Yeah, that's equipped. There's also a little something in this barrel. Yoinkers. Can I watch his facial animations? Khazan? Let me see if I can... Whoa, hold on. Let me, like, get in front of somewhere where we can look at that. Okay, so these have not actually been updated to reflect this place of rest. Yeah. Probably one of my favorite hubs, though. I just love how, like, hellish and netherworldly it is. It's such a vibe. I'm really excited for the next area because we'll get to meet Daphrona, who is amazing. Charge attack damage. That is actually huge for me right now. 30, 30, 20. Can I get Gale? This skill is fucking amazing. Under General, Javelin, rest in peace. Undead enemies defeated with a javelin will not be revived. You can normally kill skeletons and zombies by like slashing them when they're on the ground after you down them, just like in From games, but this just makes it, you know, more thoughtless. You can just go ahead and kill it. What's kind of cool is like there are different there are modifiers you can apply to your brutal attack. So like you can get 1 spirit gauge from a frontal brutal, and you straight up have like air assassinations. Like above an unaware enemy delivers a powerful downward strike to enemies below you from a certain height, and it gives you spirit gauge for doing it, which is just fun. This is also very, very good. Recovers health upon using a brutal from the front. Just worth doing for sure. And other than that, probably just gonna get this. This is really, really handy. We get materials that we can use to craft weapons, but we can't actually do that in the beta because there is no shop and no blacksmith available, which is like the one thing that I'm just like, oh, I wish we could toy with that. That would be really, really cool, but alas. To Embars Ruins we go. Alrighty. So we're gonna get some zombies spawning here. The idea is you hit them again before the soul comes back into their corpse. So over here is pretty interesting. There's gonna be a bunch of archers that like triple fire. This is another reason why like Nimble whatever is such a good move. Because you can just lock an enemy and back up and confirm them that way if they're undead. So I think that was everything here. 23. I think that's still less than the others, right? I can take the helmet off. Because it's not visible anyway. More fire enhancer. We love it. That's where we came from. So because we killed that zombie with a javelin, it will not, you know, arise again, which you can imagine on archers posted up on distant platforms, that's really, really nice, because you don't have to go over there and like make sure they stay down. Enemies with purple stamina typically don't block, you just always hit their flesh. And that's what happens if you let one get back up. You just have to kill it again. But you don't have to do anything special to defeat them, you just hit them again when they're on the ground. Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, they fire more than 3 times. I'll take care of that guy later. I just don't want these ranged units around. Good stuff. I don't think there's anything here, but checking anyway. Yeah. Okay, obviously big heavy weapons, you don't want to like imperfect guard that. I should have shown it off there, but if you kill undead through a brutal attack, they also don't get back up. So that's a way to like guarantee they stay down without you having to do extra work. Also, this skill, Gale, I don't think I covered what it actually does, but it's really, really good. What it does is it basically like wounds or injures an enemy, and then when you attack that injured enemy, you gain stacks of vigor up to 10, and your just overall damage increases with every stack of vigor you have. So not only does this like interrupt and stagger enemies out of their attacks if you hit them early enough, it also just applies a wound to them and just gives you more damage for hitting the same enemy over and over again. There's a mini boss over there. This guy's pretty tough. He could kill me. We'll find out. We have that minor heal from doing a brutal from the front. I'm dead here because of exhaustion. You do not want to imperfect guard these guys with humongous weapons. They will exhaust you and then you can't move for 2 seconds and then you die. So, if you're not confident, like, you could just dodge it. That works fine. I missed. Magical aspected attacks will give you chip. So, stuff that has element on it, you can't just guard it for free. don't want to be stuck in a corner against these guys. This is kind of the trouble with Undead. They make it hard to line of sight them. Because you can't just knock a guy down, you have to confirm him as well. Like, see, because I have to babysit that corpse, they can just get so much free damage on me. Yeah, that's a reset anyway. That's too much healing burnt for the mini-boss. Things like that would only normally happen if you're just impatient, which I am being. So we're gonna take our time and just kill these guys methodically. If you're having trouble hitting corpses with like your lights, heavy swing down, so that gets them. Just take your time and aim well on that guy. In fact, taking your time against the archers with a javelin is good too, because you only need to hit them once and then it's over. If you can cluster people up like that, it's huge. That is exactly what you want. You could also lock the enemy and then do a light, and he'll angle it downward. Which, like, that's actually something that's really nice about this game. In a lot of From games, when a skeleton or a zombie is down, you can no longer lock onto them. You have to just kind of, you know, like wiggle around and hopefully your attack hits their corpse, right? This guy hasn't detected me yet, so a headshot should deal like a lot of damage. That's some. And because he's purple stamina... Oh my god. The attack comes out deceptively quickly. Okay, that's 2. Hitting from behind does a lot. Oh my god, I should not have greeted for the javelin. What I really should have done is literally just walk away. Like, just get out of his range, take my time, hit him in the head, over. Sometimes I fall into this trap of like, oh, I want to get an honest kill. Don't do that, it's stupid. That's how you die. I keep wanting to go to the right. Ideally, you want to use this as your little landmark. If you're someone like me who, like, gets lost easily. That's one thing about this game that I do kind of miss from... Or I should say something from the From games that I miss in this one. I haven't found an item that's like glowstones that you can just leave around to be like, I've been here before. I know one is getting back up. It's fine. Nice. This guy is basically foreshadowing for the enemy ahead. Like, he's here to teach you, this is what happens if you, like, imperfect guard a heavy weapon. The game does this a lot, by the way. It's something that's really, really cool about Khazan. If you remember the Yeti, like, mini-bosses or elites from the first area, they literally have the boss Yeti's moveset. Like, small parts of the boss Yeti's moveset. So the idea is you would fight them a bunch of times and you would realize, wait, like, these are the same attacks. And then when you fight the actual boss, it's like, oh shit, like, these are the same attacks. It's really sick. So it does a similar thing here, like the little guy we fought back there has similar moves to this dude. Hello. You caught me at an interesting time. Just like, hi, how's it going? Sees me die. Do not go right. God, every time. Oh, I got all of them. That's so hot. It's actually crazy how long I went deathless in the first area. Like, I don't think I died to anything in the first mission. Even the Yeti boss, I just beat it on my first try. Another nice thing about, like, Undead is that because they don't have white stamina, it never regenerates. So you can just, like, tap shot them with this retreating energy wave and just kill them that way. That's fine. I shouldn't have greeted for the third hit. That's an edge. Holy shit. How am I alive? What am I standing on? Nothing. Don't do that either. I don't recommend it. But yeah, like, you can just do this. And like, that's permanent. That will not regen. So it's very, very safe. Dodging in case he got the arrow off. Yeah, don't go right. Exactly. Where is Archer? There is Archer. We love Undead. They're our favorite. Hello, buddy. Damn, he really carries that forward. That's kind of cute. Yeah, that has like a deceptively long range. I love it. Wow, that also has a deceptively long range, to be fair. Yeah. He really does, like, come at you. It's kind of funny. They anticipate that you're gonna do that, so they're like, hey, are you sure about that? Yeah, he does move fast. Anime game means that, like, enemies move quicker than their weapon weight would lead you to believe. I am gonna kill that guy though. I enjoy fighting him. I would go check what that drops, but it's probably just gonna be more of these, which do nothing for us right now. They will in the full game, but no item shops and no blacksmiths here. why not? Can't hurt. 56, holy. It's one more. It's a lot more. This is a little better. I'll check the rest after I deal with this dude. Thank you. I totally did not mean to do that. I pressed down before my menu fully finished opening. His swings are so wide. It's bait. It's a trap. Like, don't dodge against this enemy. If you're gonna dodge, dodge forward. Pretty far, but not like as far as the other guy, obviously. Want to actually check something really quick because I might be doing something stupid. We finished this here. The story is this character is a hero. He was a legendary general who saved the world. But after he saved the world, his glory was so, like, he was so beloved by the people that his emperor kind of did not love that very much and was like, hey, this guy's a traitor. And then they torture the shit out of him and are about to execute him. And as he's dying, a phantom possesses his body. The phantom needs his body in order to set the netherworld right, because shit is going wrong with the way souls and dead people are being processed. And this dude obviously would very much like to keep his body, because it's his body. And so instead, he beats him, and he's like, hey, we can work together, you know? You in my body, you know? And the reason Khazan needs the Blade Phantom is because if I unequip the gloves, you'll actually see his arms are like super fucked up. Like they literally cut like the tendons in his arms to make them unusable because he's like a legendary warrior. And so because the Phantom is allowing him to use his arms again, he's like, okay, you stay with me, you can use my body, and then I will use you to like make my arms functional so that we can take vengeance on this guy and also set the netherworld right. That's the premise. Oh, okay. That's how you move in. I'll put him back on. Where are you?
to live, to stay sane. Run, now. What's in there is worse than anything I can describe.
Huh. The max stamina is too important. 37. $24. Well, I would have taken this off anyway. Yes, that is correct. You don't really need to know DNF lore to enjoy the game. Like, you can look it up if you're curious about the universe, but the game will do a decent job of, like, telling you what you need to know. But yeah, that is the case. Basically, like, this guy is the predecessor to a character class from an MMO. See, this is what I thought. This checkpoint exists and I can re-challenge this guy a lot faster from here. Just want to make sure I don't aggro that guy down there. I don't have a claim drop command. Just do exclamation mark drops, and then it will show you the link you need. Damn, I'm like clowning on this dude all of a sudden. I take it back. How far does that move? Pretty far. Okay, that is actually very dodgeable. Huge. Don't forget to finish your food, because you will get back up if you don't kill the skeleton. Alright, cool. We're done with that. It's kind of crazy how, like, as soon as I was like, yeah, let me just get the next checkpoint, I just beat him on my first try. We move. I love this area so much. It can be tricky, but it's really, really cool. And we get to meet Daphrona, who is my baby, and I love her. I've only known Daphrona for 2 seconds, but if anything happened to her, I would kill everyone in this realm and then myself. Type beat. I still have one Assassin's Elixir, so I'm just gonna use it to backstab the big dude. Gimme. Insta-kill that. Nice. Yeah, I figured. Oh, Archer, huh? Can you shoot through the wall? Or can you not? I think that's it here. No, there's a Soulstone here. I lied. I need these, because when I meet Daphrona, she's gonna be like, hey, have you been killing your Soulstones like a good boy? And I'll be like, yes, ma'am. I got 4 of these now, which is quite nice. with the perfect dodge into the energy wave. Huge. Lovely. Got a stone, one of my favorite items. I knew it would happen and I wanted to see it anyway. I was like, you saw me staring at it, I was like, is this a thing? It's a thing. I don't have Fire Cleanse, but that's fine. How much does this do to you? How much? Can I hit your thing? Yes, I can. That one-shots you, in fact. Huge. I'll just use Tear Dust for a small top-up. There's an item there, I want it. Kill the little one. Stone. Flame Activator 3. Oh, those are the big ones. We do actually like those. Alright, big boy. Gonna be a little careful of this dude. Do we have? We do not. That being the case, we're gonna get rid of these. And put down one of these. Yeah, I don't have spear energy. Hold on. I have 3 of these. Might as well. What, these are the same? Crazy. That actually gives less. This gives more though. 30, 34. Bean him in the face. The iframes in this game are not like generous at all, so just you gotta be super careful. Nice, I actually got that. Should have waited a moment. You never want to get complacent when an enemy is close to death, because probably so are you. Yeah, but I've already cleared the other room, so it doesn't matter. Like, we're just going straight ahead. There's a lot we don't need to aggro and don't need to fight. hit that. I did not hit that though. Stagger him out. Nice. Fighting this guy on the stairs is low-key saving my life because some of his attacks are going over my head. Now, are we sure this game is really a Souls-like? I mean, it could be anything. So let's find out. Cannot be opened from here. Yeah, it is. You need a door that says cannot open from this side. You need it. It's necessary. Nothing else matters. There is no other, like... like, that's it. If you have that, that's what it is. You can strafe behind some enemies to backstab them, but they do turn fairly quickly. So it just depends on what enemy it is. If it's like a heavy enemy that doesn't turn very well, it's a lot more viable to do that. But even in that case, like, it wouldn't be a true backstab, shall we say. It would just be like hitting them in the back, which you still want to do as much as possible, because all damage from behind is like massively increased, especially with a very fast weapon that hits many times quickly. You know how elevators in these games work, right? You always want to step on and then make sure that there is nothing on top of it, like a cheeky little item.
Can you feel it? Down there. Energy from the netherworld. We need to find the source. Stop more of it escaping.
It's time. She doesn't even, like, stand on the ground. She just floats. Because she's just that fucking badass.
Blade Phantom. Is that you in there? So you finally found a host body?
Oh, look. Karen's loyal little lapdog. Did he send you here to spy on us?
No, but I am here on Lord Charon's service. And I found the source of the disruption here. You see that circular device? That's where the energy is escaping from. Fascinating, isn't it? Drawing out energy from the netherworld. You know about netherworld energy, yes? Well, you need to, if you're joined with the Blade Phantom now. It's the source of all power in the netherworld, and governs the flow of souls. Without it, there would be no netherworld. But now this device is causing that energy to leak out, damaging this mortal world, and disrupting the balance in the netherworld. For the good of both worlds, it must be disabled. The ancient Irradians sensed the flow of netherworld energy was strong here, and built this temple to tap into these spiritual forces. They created this device to steal the energy, using the power of the netherworld for themselves. This was not a wise plan. Lord Charon discovered what they were doing, and sent his servants to punish them. For long afterward, this place was forgotten, but now the Dragon King have found it and reactivated the device. The Dragon King are stealing energy from the netherworld. Punish them, Blade Phantom. Lord Charon demanded their deaths. However, your service to him does not end here, Phantom. That device is only part of the problem. We must find the real reason for the full disruption to the Netherworld.
Do you ever stop talking and ordering people around, Scholar? No wonder Charon sent you away. Now leave.
Yeah, there's no, like, voice acting for that, but this is where you bring your Soulstones. And that is about all we can do for now. Once you finish this area, she'll be back in the Crevice, which is your home base. And now we have 4 heals, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what these little ones do. Or sometimes just 1, 2. Alright. This guy's a bit of an asshole. Oh, do you even care? Am I far enough away that you don't see me? You see me now. There are enemies to the left, so... Perfect. Nice. It's really, really good. It's from here. Gale. Charge potent blows inflict injury on enemies. Gains vigor every time the injured enemy takes damage. Damage dealt increases with each stack with a maximum of 10. So there's like no reason not to apply this to an enemy. Especially because if you like, you know, if it still hasn't hit you by the time your arm is like inside it, it will stagger out of most attacks, which is really, really nice. I am lucky I was exhausted at the end of his combo and not before it. Thank you, Daphrona, for the extra heal. We will be using that. I think these guys deal poison. Which... Can I just, like, normal guard one to see? Oh. So it's not always. Right, they knock a poison arrow on every 3rd shot. There's a guy here. Interesting. That was a bit weird, but I'll take it. 2 soul tier dust is very nice to have. Was there anything this dude was sitting on? No, that's fine. Don't think there's something behind here either. No, there isn't. We can basically still kill these guys, or at least one of them, and deal a lot of damage. He will not pull the other one yet. just using that to get into position to easily do that. I see you. I know you're there. Archers usually die in one. So that is very, very nice. I didn't know my range there. Damn. If he killed me there, I would have been very cross with that foe. Just the other day I saw some dragonkin moving some statues, so this kind of tells you that the idea is you want them all facing each other, right? Like, you can't really see the picture on stream because it's very small, but if you were playing it yourself, you would see that, like, hey, they're all facing each other. And then also the ones that, like, you should be moving have scuff marks on the ground around them. And there we go. Just making sure there's nothing else here. Nice. I don't think there's generally anything in these pots, but they are fun to break nonetheless.
The device is still working. Mortal, find a way to deactivate it.
You are very demanding for someone who barely does anything. Making sure there's no more of you. Are there different difficulties on this, or is it all just get your ass beat? In the beta, it is all just get your ass beat. However, they have talked about including some kind of difficulty adjustment system for the final game. It's unclear what that will be. Usually with this kind of game, it's not just a straight up like, hey, like everything's easier. It's usually like some thing you can do or something you can get, etc. But it's not generally like impossible, I find. Yes, there are trap chests in this game. And the first time I got that, that did actually get me, because I just wasn't expecting them to be a thing. But if you see Khazan grab a chest and then there is no item update on the right side of the screen, just dodge away from that. Like, oh, that's right. It does not open from this side. I believe it does open from here, however. Yeah, that's literally the same door we were at. So usually you would come here, you would open this door, you would see an archer there, and then an archer there, and you'd be like, oh, that's a lot of crossfire, and you would get out, and then like kill them from the direction I killed them. That's like usually what it kind of wants you to do. Water Enhancer. We're probably gonna spend a lot of these on the final boss here. In like 20-ish minutes or so, I think we'll reach it, maybe 15. Still kill that guy. Damn, I'm like a small bit away from leveling again. And that's enough. One headshot. That switch has already been pulled by the looks of it. Doesn't actually do much. Oh. No, I'll use this as cover to engage on this guy, and then kill him like that. Nothing behind me is good to know. I do have one spirit now, so I can throw another javelin if I need to. I know there's like one guy there, this one. Does that wake the other enemy? It does not. So we could probably like walk up to it and give it the old stabby stabby. Hello, buddy. Perfect. Another thing to note, if you see these jars that are askew like this, yes. So just remember that. And that can damage enemies as well, pretty sure. Don't love this room. We're actually gonna do it from the other side. This is one cool thing about this area. You have like a choice of which direction you want to clear spaces from. Generally. Unless I'm misremembering. I might straight up be misremembering, to be honest with you. I think we have to go down here. But I do remember coming back from this room. Okay, hold on now. You know what, actually, can I get enough spirit by, like, parrying that? Let's try. Yes, I can, and now you're dead. Okay. There's a lot of enemies here, so we're just gonna take our time and take them out one by one. If I can. Okay. Khazan, wait, hold up. I want to try something. Monster. Oh. Yeah, the sound design is amazing. I love this enemy placement here. You see there's the big dude, right? And he's standing in front of like a juicy item, so you're like, ooh, I'll creep up on him and stab him. But watch out. Because of that guy. It's just so classic. Like, this is such a... Nice. Yeah, if you guys have PS5s and you want to try this game, after you've watched for like an hour, you should be able to get it. you would just have to like link your account here and then check your Twitch inventory from time to time. Okay, I'm actually just gonna chill here for a little bit and then approach this way. So that I can hit with advantage and just like basically one-shot him. Chest there, but watch out. Like, this is what I mean. They're just so... They have such traditional enemy placement. And of course what I could have done is, because I came from those stairs, if I had known that this like pot was here, like on a second playthrough or whatever, or if you're just very, very observant, because you can zoom when you're aiming the javelin, you can just throw the javelin at the pot and like blow that enemy up so that you don't have to deal with it when you get here. Nice. Let me see if any of that's better. Well, this is a lot better. In case you're wondering what something means, by the way, like this says bound defense. You would go to Encyclopedia. You would go to attribute. Special conditions. Bound. Applies when engaged in combat with 3 or more enemies. Likewise, confront is the opposite. Engaged in combat with 1 enemy. So if you're like doing a bunch of exploration stuff, gear with like bound bonuses is probably good. Gear with confront bonuses is great against bosses. Whoa, 62, holy shit. I will happily take that. These are higher level, but they give less defense, which is kind of funny. I'm already B, so I might as well see what is the lowest here. It's my shoes. Actually, it doesn't matter. Oh, that actually puts me at C. That does matter. Holy shit. In that case, what is the heaviest? The Bandit's Winter Top. Let's not. Like, that gives a lot, but is it worth it? Not really. Also, God, like, this armor looks so fucking cool. I love it all. B is, like, still workable, but C is definitely, like, whoa. I came from here, right? Yeah, I did. And we're going this way. I wonder what this frosty effect means. I think it's just like very cold here. Huh. Elite enemy. Along your journey, you may encounter particularly formidable enemies who possess exceptional strength and abilities. To deal with them, you need to pay extra attention. Hopefully we're capable of paying extra attention then, because holy shit. Apparently not. Yes, I got the burst. Ooh, back attack. Like, see, this guy turns fairly slowly, so hitting him in the back is actually pretty viable. And enemies with purple stamina do not recover their stamina if you leave them alone. Nice. That was fun. What was the oh dear for? Just like the big hit I ate. So this is a fun thing. You go here and these things like crumble. What's the yellow diamonds on the bottom? Yellow diamonds are spirit, and they're used to either cast certain skills or to throw these javelins. But yeah, like you can see this thing crumbles, right? And then you look down into it and it's like, oh, those are spikes. So clearly you don't want to step on that, right? Like it's bait. It's like, oh, maybe I don't need to do the puzzle. Maybe I can just like walk to the other side along these edges. And it's like, nope. I would not recommend stepping on this terrain, personally. So of course, there is no lore note here to tell you the puzzle solution. But if you observe these statues, those are all facing us. So clearly these need to be facing them. I like his weapons. I'll show you some others. They're really, really cool. I mean, I mostly just use these because I love them, but like, these are dual wield. Like, that's literally the weapon type, dual wield. They're just axe and sword, basically. You can fight with fists as well. I uploaded a video of me killing the first boss with fists. I don't recommend it because fists don't scale with any stat you level. But they do look cool. I'm wondering if there will be gear sets later that like enhance fist damage. That would be cool. There are great swords. They're generally good at just like imperfect blocking things. I saw that, I was like, bro, that sucks. Yeah, I was just doing it for a challenge. Great swords feel appropriately great swordy. And yeah, if you like to just block a lot, you know, without perfect guarding that much, swords with a mix of strength and willpower might not be so bad. Especially because I think... Do these get it? Decrease stamina cost upon a successful guard. And then that's perfect guard. But yeah, like, you can get this. Granted, this is on dual wield as well. But maybe it's just my imagination. I feel like great swords can guard pretty easily. Though, with that being said, greatswords don't scale with willpower as a primary stat, and willpower is what reduces your guard stamina consumption. So maybe I'm just like placeboing myself, and the reason greatsword feels like it blocks easily is because I just have a fuck ton of willpower. Greatswords reduce less stamina, I've actively observed it. Really? Like with the same willpower stat? Like, okay. So then it's not just my imagination. If you like to block a lot, if you don't want to do too much perfect guarding, or too much dodging, like greatswords are probably good for you. And then the final one we know of is spears. Spears look pretty sick. Spears are great at reducing enemy stamina. And yeah, they have like decent reach as well. They're very pokey. Oh hey, I got the drop while I was gone. Nice. Well, if you're going to go check it out yourself, I hope you enjoy it. I think this game is fucking awesome. I can't wait for it. I got a Shieldsman's Ring. Holy. Charge attack damage and confront stamina recovery rate. This is massive against the boss. Holy. That's really, really lucky. I didn't get this on my other save. I'm happy about that. Anywho, which ones have we turned? We've turned the middle one. Some amount, anyway. Jeez. Cloaked dude with... Yeah, there you go. So normally, like, you would throw your javelin at this, but at this point, I was like, on my first save, I didn't have spirit to throw javelin with, so I just had to, like, do it this way. Oh my god, I almost got it on my first try. Yeah, I just had to, like, eyeball it with the camera and just throw a rock at it, and I did it that way, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, works for me. But it's obviously much easier to throw a javelin at it. I just love that you can do that. These guys take a ton of damage from the Nimble onslaught thing. Vitality Shard 3 is actually kind of huge. And this opens... Oh, hold on. Assassin's Elixir. My baby. My beloved. My favorite item in the game. We will be using you shortly, my love, yes. Just go ahead and kill these guys real fast. Okay. Where is the big dude? He's wandering toward us. We're gonna give him some time. Until he's like about there-ish. There you go, he's making his way. We're gonna pop the Assassin's Elixir to mute our footsteps. And then sprint and be heard anyway, because I think he saw me out of his peripheral. That's a shame. I might die here, because I wasn't actually anticipating fighting this dude fairly. But luckily I know that's dodgeable. We can give him one of these. It should be broken here. Oh, he was so low! No! I greeted. I was like, I can get this. He has a pixel. Surely the next attack will kill him. That shield would drive me crazy. Where did I end up? I ended up here. Kinda happy about this though, because that gives me a chance to actually do it right this time. I would be swearing so much. No, it's fine. The checkpoints in this game are quite, like, nice. They're almost always very close to where you want to go. Holy, got both of them? Huge. I think that's actually... better. Do you care? I mean, you care somewhat. What I'm curious about is like how far you follow me. I've heard enemies in this game basically never tether, which is a criticism some people have. I want to see if that's true. Because in my experience, they do not follow you up ladders. You could be a weedy and just keep the cistern between you and the monster. You could, but you would run out of projectiles. Instead, you could just like do this, because they cannot follow you up and down different elevation layers. So it makes them kind of useless. I think this explodes, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna back up from it anyway. No, it does not. That gave us real items. If it gives you items, it doesn't explode. Huge. Max stamina is gigantic. This is actually lighter than what I have. And it gives confront damage. Holy shit, I'm getting really lucky with these. Max stamina, max health. I will consider swapping between, like, these. I'll lock both of these. Just in case these. We're kind of nearing the end here.
Good. We've stopped the energy escaping.
I'm going to remove this and equip this, and then use this, and then put on this. So this is going to teach you about Revenants. The TLDR for this is you can choose to like spawn Blade Phantoms like constituent souls and fight them, and if you beat them, they become a summon for you to use against the next boss. And they also drop items, so if you want, you can just keep spawning them and keep fighting them over and over again to like give yourself items and gear, and XP and money. And then of course you're also getting the material you use to summon help during bosses. So the premise of this is really, really cool. It's basically like you summon one of his souls, you prove that you're worthy, and then he helps you in the fight. So Revenants of Adversity can be a spear, a dual wield, or a greatsword, just like your own weapons. And then whichever one is summoned during a fight is random. Like you'll see it in front of the boss gate. Their AI is serviceable. It's not like super smart. Like if the boss is doing a big AoE or whatever, they'll often just kind of like eat it. But other than that, like they're actually quite helpful because again, remember, you deal a lot of damage hitting things in the back, and if you have something that can hold a boss's attention, you just get to backstab. And especially if you're a dual wield player, you know, if you like this weapon type that attacks very quickly. That's kind of nice. So one thing that players take issue with is this elite enemy is just always here, near all these like Revenants. So it's like, oh, you know, that's kind of annoying. But what you can do is just, if you don't get too close, you can summon one and like back away and just fight them like in here. In fact, I love this because this little gate, like if you follow me in. Okay, I'm actually stuck in a corner, which is not great. if you get the dual wield one, they will avoid the shit out of you. So it is best to fight them in a very tight space where like they can't move very much. I would not summon that one because it's way too close to the elite. Or actually, I still might. Am I brave? Rather, let's go ahead and do this first before doing fancy shit. That could have been poor decision making right there. Okay, I actually have like a ton of willpower. I might start getting like health and stuff now. Any item behind there? Don't think so. But this is what it looks like. This is the boss gate, and this is where you would summon. And it costs one of these, and you can check how many you have here. Lacrima of Circulation. Summon a Soul of the Rift. So this is a dual wield one. This is what I mean. When you see these are the ones that kill me more than any other. Granted, like, they don't have a lot of health, but they can be a menace. Does it have the boss's health when you summon health like an Elden Ring? I'm not sure if it does, but even if it does, the amount of backstab damage you get is so good. I fucked up. Yeah. That might count. Yeah. See, like, the cool thing is, Revenants can brutal attack you. Like, just like you can get the stagger attack, like, if you drain something's stamina. Those, to my knowledge, are like the only enemy type or boss that I've seen so far that can also do that to you. So that's what I mean. The dual wield ones are not a joke. I feel like the other ones are way easier, generally speaking. Like, they can still kill you, but I would much rather fight a greatsword or a spear over a dual wield like any day of my life. Like, his stamina is almost empty. And now it is empty. And now he's dead. Like, look at how much easier that was compared to the other one. Necklace of Sealed Plague. Is that a material? Or something? What was that? Oh, it's here. Plague resistance, charge attack. I will actually very much take this because that strengthens this, which is really, really good. Got a greatsword, which we're not going to use. These all give the same defense. And because we have 2 pieces of Hound set, our guard stamina is better. Okay. So we're gonna fight Viper now. Viper is like the one part of this game I would unambiguously say is actually pretty hard. This gives a minor amount of defense to everything. So I'm gonna get some water, and then we're gonna fight this guy and do our best. There are strategies, but, you know, like, he's not a joke. Like, the other bosses, like, yeah, you know, you can kind of... They have a trick to, like, figure them out. Viper, like, there are stuff you can do. Also, depending on, like, what skills you already have. Like, we, in fact, do have another skill point, so we might as well pick this up as well. And then we can remove a skill point from Javelin auto kills Undead. And then... I think we do have this already. That's really huge. Like, just getting a little bit of health whenever you brutal attack from the front, like when its stamina is drained, is massive. Nimble Blitz, Gust, Deftness. I think... during swift attack, dodge swift attack, or blowback vengeance. That may be worth it. This may also be worth it, honestly. The alternative is to just get this though, because immediately after a perfect parry, we can just attack like right away, and it comes out really, really fast. So I think I'm happy with that. Okay, give me 1 sec, I'm gonna get some water, and then we're gonna fight this guy until we win, which could be a while. Okay, I'm back. So, we are going to quickly take stock of what we have, because rock is not really going to be relevant. This might be. This also might be. Trying to think about what would actually help here. Water Enhancer is what I typically use on this fight, just because it does slow the enemy. And that may help. Fire Enhancer because it's just another kind of buff, like why not? I don't want to have like too much like on my bar, but it's fine because like 4 items are visible at a time, so you can like very quickly see what's where. I think having 4 is actually the sweet spot. Like that. So like at any given time you can see all of them and immediately like know where they are. I really like this UI actually, because in a lot of other similar games you only see 1 item and then you're just like tapping down or tapping up over and over again to like try to reach where it is. Like maybe you don't remember, right? But with this, like you see exactly where it is. Like if I want my stamina pellet, I can just immediately tap right twice, right? Boom, I got it. If I want my ice buff, I can just tap right and then down. If I want my ashes to get a minor heal, I can just tap left and then down, right? It's really, really handy.
That energy I can sense. It feels like his Mars. But how can that be?
Thank you, Clive.
do not know you, but I know your kind. One of Hismar's spawn.
This guy has a lot of tricky body language. Like, you see what I mean? Like, you kind of don't know when he's gonna do it, and, like, what is an attack and what is just him twirling. You want to back away from this if you can, because this can do a lot of damage. Okay, easy part's over. Now it's time for the fucked up part. The quicker and more efficiently you can kill phase 1, like, the comfier you are. Because holy shit, phase 2. Like, god damn, man. Holy shit. Okay, I think we'll talk about that after.
For so long, this power had threatened the Empire. The power of Hismar, the Berserk Dragon. Fate chose us to be the ones to defeat him. Me and the great mage Ozma. My closest friend and comrade. We were loyal servants of the Emperor, but that loyalty was betrayed. The Emperor, the nobles who falsely accused me, especially Pavel. They will all pay one day.
The Mage Ozma, a traitor too? Yes. And did you hear what they did to him? Blinded and then executed. Just like a traitor deserves.
Ozma, my friend. I swear we will be avenged. Everything has been taken from me. Everything. This place. If there is a hell, then this is surely it. Emperor Pomeria, Pavel. You will both be dragged down here.
Annoying scholar Daphrona was right. That device isn't the reason for what's happening in the Netherworld. We still need to find the cause of the disruption and stop it. Get ready, mortal. We have finished here, but there is still much to be done elsewhere. You see this? The restored energy here has opened up the realm of the mortal world inside the crevice. We should explore it. Inside the crevice lie both the realms of the netherworld and the mortal world, both sealed off until now by a lack of netherworld energy. By the will of Charon, you will be able to bring another living being with you into the mortal realm. You have done well, mortal. Now we will fulfill our side of the bargain. Ah, the thirst for revenge. The sweetest emotion of all. We will enjoy our alliance.
Alright, so that is the technical closed beta test for the First Berserker Khazan. This is easily my most anticipated game of 2025, and just from like playing what I did already, it's probably going to be my favorite game that releases that year. Like, I don't even have the words to explain and describe how much I'm looking forward to this. Like the gameplay, the story, just everything. The art style. Like, it's just so fun. And like the more I play it, the more fun I have. Which is just awesome. I don't know if he has any more things to say. Doesn't seem so. But whatever the case, Daphrona is up here now. She doesn't really say much at this point in the game. Like, just reminds you what Soulstones can do. But, as you can see, like, we've broken all of them that are available in this beta, and that is not enough to get the next upgrade. Like, if I interact with the gateway here, you can see, like, you know, 3 out of 3, oh wait, there's one more that I didn't get here, 2 out of 3. But even if I were to break that one, I would still only have 2, and I need 4. I know that because that's what I did on my first save. But yeah, I love this game. I think it's awesome. Will there be more variety of enemies in the other realms? Undoubtedly. I mean, there are all kinds of... If we look at Encyclopedia, I think just off of this, let me see where it was. Yeah, see, like, against humans, against dragonkin, against undead, against beasts, against demons, against revenants. So, like, if nothing else, there are many different types of enemies, and within those types, that means they probably have a lot of space to, like, design different ones and stuff like that. So, considering, like, we've only been to a little bit of one realm, and there's, like, this universe is built on, like, many different realms, there's probably gonna be quite a few other types of enemies, like dragons, zombies, archers, different kinds of animals, like whatever it might be. And yeah, this is a universe with like a lot of magic in it, so who knows what kind of things we might encounter. I think, like, if you're curious about what might be possible, you could look at the Dungeon Fighter Online or DNF Wiki and just look at the different enemy types that exist in that original game. Surely they'll like bring some of them over, right? Like, I wouldn't be surprised. So I anticipate that there will probably be a lot of different things to fight. Yeah. But yeah, I love this game. It's really, really fun. I recommend it. If you're into this kind of game, if you're into this kind of story and into this kind of combat, like, you could do a lot worse than this. And it feels really, really smooth, and it plays very well. I think, like, whether you really like mastering a fight over and over again, or you just love the feeling of, like, exploring the world, picking up items, dealing with different situations, like, this has both of those things for you. You can also, like, when you replay an area, which you can do, by the way, you can just go back to, like, any checkpoint, and you can refight bosses that you have fought over and over again. And the reason you would want to do that is because it gives you their gear, but on top of that, it also gives you, you know, crafting blueprints, which we can't use in this beta because we don't have shops and we don't have blacksmiths. But you can clearly see we have materials that are, like, used to craft a piece of gear for the Fallen Lord set, used to craft gear for the Soul Cleaver set, the Frozen Mountain set, right? Used to craft consumables, attribute consumables, unlocks vitality shards, which can be crafted by Kazumaka, who we don't know who that is yet, right? Like, this kind of stuff is pretty important. And, like, if you go down here, you can clearly see, like, a cool little alchemy lab and, like, a forge and shit like that, right? Like, so there's obviously gonna be NPCs here that, like, take care of those things for us when the full game releases. So I'm really excited to see, like, who moves in here, like, which characters come to be with us, and if these pathways, like, open up, and if more of the Crevice becomes explorable as well, because this is a hub I really, really like. You know, I love this kind of fiery, like, dark, gloomy, like, hell and brimstone type shit, you know? Like, this is my jam, right? Like, look at the sky, holy. But yeah, that is what we have so far. This is my final stat spread. 1 point into vitality, all willpower. And yeah, what I was gonna say earlier is I feel like some people might get the wrong idea from seeing me clear Viper on my first try. I was fighting that guy on my first save for maybe like an hour and a half. Like, that fight is not a joke when you don't know what he does. And, you know, just having ways to deal a lot of damage and to, like, understand the way he moves is really, really important. But the fact that I beat Yeti on my first try, and that I beat Viper on my first try, when my first save took me, like, attempt after attempt, I think is a very, very, like, good sign. It means that, like I said before, like, the game is very learnable. You can you can very well master fights, like if you really, really want to, and if that's something that appeals to you. Especially because, like I said, you can just replay them. Like, you can refight the boss as many times as you want, which in a lot of other such games, like, you don't really get to do that. Like, once you've killed a boss, like, if you ever want to revisit them or fight them again, like, you kind of just have to go to New Game Plus or start a new save. But here, you can go ahead and replay stuff. And so, there are 9 days left on this beta. Like, you can play it until the 20th. And I think I'll probably be playing this some more and, like, experimenting with the mechanics, like, figuring out how things work, grinding to get like cooler armor and stuff like that, see if I can get some kind of set bonuses going so I can experiment. Because I mean, I'm done all the content and there's still like more than a week left, so this is ample time to like get into the weeds and start like figuring things out, which I think will be really fun for me personally. But that has been my stream of the beta. I hope people who joined appreciated it. If you didn't get your drop yet, you can probably finish up by seeing someone else. There's probably a lot of people streaming this at the moment. Let me like check and make sure. Having the summon seemed to be the way to go. See, like, you would think so, but it's not free. Like, it doesn't... First of all, you do have to kill, like, the red phantoms to, like, be able to summon. But second of all, not that it's super hard, but second of all, like, I was fighting the boss with the summon on my first playthrough, and it was still, like, destroying both of us. So, you know, it doesn't guarantee that, like, you'll win, but it is very helpful. Like, if you know, the kind of things that you want to be doing, like, it's really, really handy. Yeah, there's a bunch of people still streaming this, so you can go ahead and check them out. Alrighty, well, thank you for hanging out. I love you guys. You also grinded for a bit too, though, right? On this playthrough, not really. I didn't really do all that much grinding. The only times I killed enemies more is when I died, basically. Like, I never actually ran around doing a ton of leveling, like, for its own sake. So I wouldn't say you really need to grind that much, especially because this game has that, like, Berserker mechanic where if you lose to a boss, it gives you souls just for trying it. And so if you, like, bash your head against the boss over and over again, you're actually getting stronger. And because of the way skill points work, like, you get skill points for just striking things with your weapon. So, you know, if you keep fighting and you keep dying and you keep trying a boss over and over again, like, you're getting XP and you're getting skill points just for, like, trying. So you will eventually, like, be able to beat it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. I have a lot of footage to look over and a lot of cool things to talk about with this game. So this is gonna be archived on YouTube, and my just thoughts and various overviews on mechanics are gonna be there as well. Thanks for watching. May fog shroud you, may stars light your way, and may the night keep you safe. Peace.